All right, so a couple more Google Classroom things. This is more just a Google Classroom layout thing as well as some settings in setting up your Google Classroom. So first off, just a layout thing. Now this is in Spanish, but if I were in my English class here, um, one of the things that I've really liked to do is have a topic up top called the to-do list, and that's where all of the current assignments are um, that I have the students that are due and coming up due, as well as then I leave them in there until I've graded them. So it's essentially also a to-do list for me. I just know without it, I used to just do it essentially like this: unit one, and then I have unit two beneath it. Um, and the students would start to lose track of, like, especially a bigger project would get buried and stuff like that. I like to just keep it the to-do list. They can go there and be like, oh, yep, here's the things I need to do. And then I also can look there, oh, here's the things I need to grade yet, right? I'm in Spanish 1, and I look, and cosas que hacer just means things to do. And I can go look, oh, yeah, I need a grade. This is not due yet, or due yesterday. This is not due yet. I got to grade the test in this project. And this is just a little agenda of what we're doing each week. And then I can, when it's done, I can move it down into what I call the unit archive. So unit 2, once it's done, I move it down there, and it's now out of the way. And I know it's done, and they know it's done and has been graded. So just something to think about, a little things to do section up top where you put all the things that are ongoing. Also, if you didn't know, you can get little copy and paste emojis that you can put in there. They just spice things up a little bit. If you Google copy and paste emojis, you can search them and paste them in there, and they work. So that's the first thing. Second thing is in the settings. So if I was in the settings, there are a few different settings you can change. And one of them that I think is pretty important is the stream and classwork settings. So stream, I don't know how much you have students post. I like to just have it where I post on the stream, but I do allow students to comment on different posts I make. And then this is the bigger one. It's by default is show attachments and details. And then this is what all shows up on that main stream where you first log in. I have it hide it, hide all notifications. And then if you look at my stream here, many of you probably have all these little things. Every time an assignment posts, a little thing posts here, and it just starts looking really messy. And then the students are trying to find their assignments, and they're scrolling on the stream trying to find the assignment. They can't find it there for me. Essentially, the stream just works like an announcement board. It's where I can post maybe some extra credit things or reminders, or we're using this little link in class. Here's a little breakdown reminder, a little extra credit opportunity. And it's essentially like a blog. It's a place I can post reminders and different content things. All assignments are in here. So for them to find their assignments, they have to go to classwork. And if I want to grade things, it's all right there. It's just neater and cleaner, I think, looking for the students and for me as a teacher. Again, personal preference there, but I do think I really like doing that. And I think I've never had students complain that I do that. Another thing with Google Classroom, and this is something I tell my students as well, or at least post for them. Let's see, where was it? Maybe I told them, oh, there it is. Ever want to toggle off certain email notifications for Google Classroom? Did you know you don't have to get all of the notifications for Google Classroom? Did your students know they don't have to get every one? Because if they, anything like ours, I've seen some of their emails, and it's like they just get exploded because everything, they get an email anytime somebody updates like anything. And you and students as well can edit your own notification settings. If you go to settings on, not here, but underneath your classes, go to settings, and you can then edit your notifications. I leave most on. One I don't like is every time I post something that it sends me an email. But you can turn off, if you don't like it, that it sends you an email when late things are turned in. Here's things for students. If you're a student, right, You can do some of these. So you can customize what notifications you get and which ones you don't. I like that. Especially this one bugged me, that I would get a notification anytime something would post, a scheduled thing, and I schedule a lot. Anytime one of those would post. So um, that is something I definitely would review, and even show with your students if they ever complain about how many Google Classroom notifications that they get there. So and then, okay, final thing. And this is a huge time saver if you use Google Classroom multiple years in a row and use the same stuff. So I reuse a lot of same assignments, and you can go find old ones after you archive it. So when you're all done in your class, you archive it, and then you can go, reuse a post. You can go to an old class that's archived, go pull it back. But did you know you can actually, in your archived classes, make a copy of a class? So if you go in, and so I did this at the start of this year, I went in and found the three dots and hit copy. It'll make a copy of all of the assignments, and it will look something like this. So I teach multiple sections. I don't make a copy for each section. I just make one of my classes a copy, and then I post from there to multiple classes. So it also, I can then keep all of my topics are already in place. And you'll see here, we're in Unit 2, and these are all drafts. So these are all the different assignments that I have done. I did the previous year. I don't have to do them. But I'm like, okay, we're going to do lesson 3 notes. Edit. Maybe I want to go add something. One thing, it does make all new copies within Google Classroom. So if you've made changes to your master copy, I usually will go and find the original master copy, because this one's not linked to the original master copy in your Google Drive. So any Google Drive things, it makes a new copy for the copy. So if you're at all made any changes to it, I would go get a fresh copy of any Google Docs, slides, things like that. But if you didn't make any changes, it's fine. All your links, like video links and stuff, stay, which is super handy. I don't have to go get a new one of those. And then I can go, and this is where my other Spanish 1, I don't have to have a copy of that, because I can post to it. And I want to change this maybe to the things to do. And then I hit post. And I have all of the things I wrote already there. So it's just a super handy. I don't want it in there yet. Super handy way. And then if I don't use it, I delete it out of here. But pretty much most everything that I have done in the past and had a Google Classroom assignment for, it's there. And then you'll see the other Spanish 1 that I have is not a copy. And it's just what I have posted from the other master 1, which is my first hour. And I have the same thing. Spanish 2 is a copy. It doesn't copy the stream posts, by the way. So it just copies the classwork assignments and materials and things that you have there. But all of these, all my wording, all my directions are already there. I just have to make the tweaks as necessary and add any new ones I use this year and delete the ones I don't. So something to consider when you're starting. It's a little late now, but next year, instead of starting a brand new one, make a copy. It'll take a little bit for it to copy everything. Make a copy and then post from there.